Welcome back to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart. We're here in Portland, Oregon this week, and we're talking about homelessness. Now, the homeless population here is growing, but not all cases are the same. Now, there are three types of homelessness: chronic, transitional, and episodic. People who experience transitional homelessness usually stay in the shelter system for a short period of time, and usually because of some life event, according to the National Coalition for the Homeless. It says this is an increasingly common category. Episodic homelessness is where someone goes in and out of homelessness. Those people are more likely to be young, unemployed, and have medical and mental health or substance abuse issues. People who experience chronic homelessness are often in shelters long term. They're commonly older, disabled, unemployed, and battle substance abuse. Now, that category makes up a smaller portion of people who are homeless, but as Alicia Nieves found out, it still has a big impact.
Chris, homelessness is often broken down into two subcategories: situational and chronic. Chronic homelessness is often generational. In fact, right here in New York City, 1 in 5 women who are in shelters and experiencing homelessness have also experienced it as a child.
The first time was when we found out our mom had drug issues.
Rhonda Jackson first experienced homelessness when she went to go live with her grandmother in Brooklyn, and her grandmother struggled to support her and her siblings.
As a child, I didn't know that's what it was. See, because a parent can actually mask that for a little bit of time.
The impact of homelessness as a child actually inspired Jackson to fight for a better life.
I made it out. Oh, I made it out. I was adamant in making it out. I graduated, I went to college, and I got the job with Transit, and I loved that job. And then the world blew up.
9/11 happened. Jackson's job was near the World Trade Center, and the trauma from that day was too much to handle.
And sent me spiraling again. We fled to Florida.
She had no support in Florida and realized without that how easy it is for the cycle of homelessness to continue.
One slip up and we're back in the same position.
After a decade in homelessness as an adult, eventually Jackson returned to New York and got help from the organization Coalition for the Homeless.
I think we need to do more to really recognize family homelessness, generational homelessness.
Raisa Rodriguez is the executive director for a lead organization of the coalition. So how do we end the cycle of generational homelessness?
We need to think of bold, creative, multi-pronged solutions that support families earlier on before a crisis.
Preventing homelessness for the 2.5 million children that experience it every year may be the best way to stop the cycle and reduce the growing number of people dealing with chronic homelessness. Now that Rhonda Jackson is again in a better place, she volunteers at the coalition, hoping to help with that.
That's where my fight is.
For The Race, I'm Alicia Nieves.
How people experiencing homelessness are turning their circumstances into opportunity. Next on The Race.